Alright, so without further ado, Franklin, you fucking nutcase, just kidding. That was me who did that. So this first video is actually going to be a story about why I'm getting, most likely, getting kicked out of the dorm. So here's how this day started. This was a couple days ago, and I had actually already planned this out. I got a dealer. I hit him up. I told him I gave him a day and a time and a place. We met at the Burger King. A couple days in advance, went to the bank and pulled out $100 from my bank account because I wanted to get a $100 bag of weed. Because I am going to be going to court this Thursday and most likely getting probation for, and that will be another video. That'll be next video. It'll be the next video that I fucking post, but next story. But we're talking about this story. So anyways, I'm most likely getting probation, so I wanted to have one last, good, smoke sesh, right? So I walked to the Burger King. My drug dealer pulls up. Burger King isn't that far from the dorms, probably about a 15-minute walk. It was real easy. And I asked him, I'm like, yo, can you give me a ride back to the dorm? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, bet. So he gives me a ride back to the dorm, and I already in advance at our dorm, there's screens in the window, actually. And the window, oddly enough, comes off. Like, they don't want you to take it off, but it still is able to come off. It's like, okay, that's very contradictory, if that's even a word. So, whatever. I take the screen out. I leave the window open a crack. And what you don't know about our dorm is they search your bag when you walk in the front. They don't search your pockets, but with a bag of weed like that from this dealer, it was very, very dank. And I just didn't want to risk it. So I had him pull around back the building. And I fucking put the bag of weed on the chair and shut the window and walk back around. So I walk in, they search my bag, I don't smell like weed, they don't have any, suspicion, and they let me go. So here I am, walking, and I put my key in the door, I open it, and next thing you know, my roommate's standing there with this girl. Now, how I got busted is really stupid, but here's my reasoning for it right now. So what it turns out being, this girl actually is an RA, which is a resident assistant. So I didn't realize it was an RA, and the reason the RA was there was actually to address my mess, because I have a tendency of leaving a lot of messes. It's the reason why I actually got kicked out of the house I was living at with my aunt. Well, one of the reasons why I got kicked out was because I make a fuck ton of messes, man. I'm really bad at cleaning up. I'm working on it, but whatever. That's not what we're talking about. It's not important. But that's why she was there, to address my issue. But I didn't realize that she was an RA. What in my honest opinion, thought was that it was like a friend of my roommate's, and I figured he had brought her just to, have a girl there to make me feel more, not feel more embarrassed, but to realize, the severity of my issue and that I needed to fix it. So that's what I was thinking. So the screen is still out of the window, mind you. So she asks, why is the screen out of the window? And, this lady has no name tag around her neck, no fucking, name tag on her shirt. So I thought she was just one of his friends, and both my roommates are cool with me smoking and shit. So I figured, she was just one of his friends and she was cool with it. So I show her the bag of weed. And then she fucking cups her hands over her mouth and goes, oh my God. And she's like, I'm an RA. And my heart just fucking sank. So yeah, there's that. But then this isn't the end of the story. So there's way more to this. So I'm fucking really bumming out. I'm like, son of a bitch. And I talked to her. I'm like, can you please not say anything about this? And she's like, okay, fine, whatever. My roommate goes and talks to her. He comes back and he's like, she's chill with it. She said she's going to let you off with a warning. And I'm like, fucking bet. That's awesome. That's cool. Good shit. And he talks to her, and then, about 10 minutes passes, and she fucking comes back with another dude, and I'm like, ah, fuck. I knew what it was for, and he's like, we have some mail for you, and also I think you know why I'm here. And honestly, normally I would lie my way out of the situation, but in this case, I actually gave in because I figured it would up my chances of being able to stay at the dorms. So I fucking told him straight up, I'm like, yeah, I got weed and whatever. So he brought the cop into the place. I gave him the bag of weed. And now I have to fucking write a letter to the, head of the housing and I'm most likely getting kicked out, and I might be able to stay, but probably not, because that was a $100 bag of weed. So yeah, there's that fucking story for you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that fucking shit stain of a story, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.